Right, this is VN News and we are coming to you from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. We're back to bringing you the very best of entertainment news live on VN TV, the powerhouse of entertainment. We're accessible on www.vnationtv.com. Follow us on our various social media handles and let's get interactive. My name is Kelvin Afinke. Coming up on today's bulletin, BECCA'S husband, TOBI, SANNI, has spoken in regards to the Ghana-Nigeria artist banter, which is currently trending on various social media handles. We're going to bring you details of that particular story. And also, Ghanaian DJ Advisor has asked his colleagues to stop playing Nigerian songs in Ghana. I don't know how that is going to be possible, if it will be possible. We'll see how that story pans out. Still coming up, gospel singer Praize and his wife welcomed their first baby after getting married for the past couple of years now. Wish them all the very, very, very best. Now, still coming up, it's been reported that Showkey has beaten up a man for disrespecting him at the funeral of late Raskimono, which took place over the weekend at Asaba in Delta State in Nigeria. And still coming up, Tonto Dikeh reacts to the fact that Davido has signed up for the Nysc. Yes, Davido is about to serve his nation properly. We're going to see how that story pans out and hear what Tonto Dikeh has to say. Now, on the international front, something not so good, but we're still celebrating her demise. The fact that Aretha Franklin lying estate is currently taking place in Detroit. There's going to be a 2-day open public view which is taking place in Detroit as we speak. So details of all the stories and sports we have coming up on today's bulletin. Don't forget to follow us on our various social media handles and let's get interactive. Once again, my name is Kelvin Afinke. We'll go for a short commercial break. When we come back, I'll be bringing you the stories one after the other.
Although you might have some great design ideas, conveying these ideas to clients can be a cumbersome task. That's why at Let's Design Studios, we offer a range of cost-effective visualization services that lead your clients through the project's twists and turns. Our services include 2D, 3D floor plans, 2-dimensional still renders, 3D animation to help your clients grasp the spatial features of the project, fully interactive virtual tour to give your clients a computer-generated 3-dimensional tour of your property. Here's how it works. Upload reference sketches and images related to your project, enter the project description, and request a free quote. Get access to the best visualization services with a free quote today at letsdesignstudios.com.
Right, welcome back. This is VN News and we are coming to you from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. If you just logged in and you logged on right on time, we are just about to kickstart. It's either you're watching us live on Facebook or live from our TV channel. Follow us on our various social media handles and let's get interactive. Subscribe to our YouTube channel because there is where you can get a repost of all the exciting programs we have right here on VN TV, the powerhouse of entertainment. Now let's move straight into our first story. Remember yesterday, I brought a report on how Ghanaians were not so happy on the fact that some artists, you know their names already, were disrespected in Lagos, Nigeria at the just concluded xylophone concert which took place in Lagos. Well, as it stands, someone has come out to speak on this particular trending issue, and that's in the person of TOBI, SANNI, who happens to be the husband of BECCA. So he is saying that Ghanaian artists don't usually go to Nigeria to have the regular media tour like the Nigerian artists come here in Ghana to do. And he's also revealed the fact that STONEBWOY in person is known in Nigeria, but his music, people don't really know the music that much. So he's urging them that whenever they release a song here in Ghana, they should always try the possible best to go and have a tour or media tour in Nigeria, because there and then is when the people will embrace their song and feel their presence in the Nigerian music fraternity. So TOBI, SANNI, who happens to be BECCA'S husband, is saying that STONEBWOY is known in Nigeria, but his musics are not that known. So you don't expect, when you release a song right here in Ghana, you assume that Nigerians are dancing to it. Mind you, the Nigerians once in a while come here. Whenever they release their song, they come to Ghana to do their media tour. So he's advised Ghanaian artists all around the nation of Ghana to inculcate that and make it a lifestyle. You release a song, you go to Nigeria and do a tour for it so that people can actually embrace the song. Now, still talking about the artists being disrespected in Nigeria and all that, people are still talking. A lot of people are still talking about this. And one of the person that is currently talking right now is a DJ Advisor. Now he's asking his colleagues in the DJ fraternity in Ghana to stop playing Nigerian music just because of one incident that we think it's linked to lack of promotion. Well, he is saying that the DJs in Ghana play too much Nigerian songs, so they should stop playing Nigerian songs and start playing more of the Ghanaian song. Mind you, let me just give you a hint to a development which happened a couple of hours ago. One of the P-Square duo released a song, Woki Woki. I remember I brought a report on how he released the visuals to that particular song. So it happens that during the past couple of hours, Sarkodie posted that particular video on his social media, and Ghanaians blasted him for posting a Nigerian content whilst his own brothers is not supporting it. So this is all linked to the Ghana and Nigerian battle. I think the kind of battle you guys, the Ghanaians here, or those who love music here in Ghana want to start, they cannot fit Nigeria. So DJ Advisor is saying that Nigeria, the Ghanaian DJs should stop playing the Nigerian song. Now this is something that the Nigerians are still, in as much as this whole issue is trending for the past couple of hours now, Nigerian writers are responding to it. Mind, one thing you should have in mind is that in Nigeria, the National Broadcasting Commission has given it has made it a mandate that every broadcasting channel in Nigeria play 80% Nigerian content. That includes our movies and that includes our music. So if it is not done here in Ghana, how do you, because trust me, let's be factual about this. Nigerian music are more played here in Ghana than even the Ghanaian music. So if you're in a nation where they embrace more of the Nigeria than their own, who are we to blame? It's the government. So the writers are urging the government or the musicians to make, at least they have a president. It's President Obo, right? Interesting. Obo. I'm just going to reserve my comment when it comes to he and his administration as the president of a music here in Ghana, or whichever name they've categorized it. So I think it's high time the musicians approach the government to make it a priority for every entertainment station in Ghana to play 80% Ghanaian content. Yes, 80% Ghanaian content. And there and then, people will love their music and dance to it. So we hope that this whole banter between the artists in Nigeria and in Ghana just dry. Interestingly, the banter is between the fans, not the artists themselves, because they are all doing good. We wish them all the very, 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 very best. Now, away from that particular story, something interesting is happening, and that's the fact that Praize and his wife has welcomed their first baby since they got married for the past couple of years now. Wish them all the very best. Now, yes, whilst people are thinking they can get married, give birth in Nigeria and all that in Africa, well, a different story for Praize and his wife. She gave birth in Texas, United States of America. So yes, the baby is a citizen of America, so definitely she can be the first lady someday. If not the first lady, the president of America. So yes, Praize and his wife has welcomed their first baby, and we wish them all the very, 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 very best. Now, away from that story, something interesting, or I won't say so much interesting, is that over the weekend, Daddy Showkey reportedly to have beaten up a young man for disrespecting him at the funeral of late Raskimono, which took place in Delta State, Asaba, Nigeria to be precise. Now, according to reports, or according to Daddy Showkey in an interview after the video went viral, he's saying that he was, asked or tasked to manage the stage, on the day of the funeral performance and all that. But at the end of the day, there's this young man who kept, disrespecting him, and even went to the extent of pushing down the cousin of late Raskimono down on the floor. And the whole situation was not going down well with him, so he just needed to show his manpower and his, reggae hood power and all that. But at the end of the day, the video went viral. Fans are not so happy, but he has come out to clear the head that that particular incident indeed happened. But the fact there was that the man disrespected him and he couldn't stand that. Now, he's also asked the fans all around the world, especially those who love Nigerian entertainment, that the celebrities you follow on various social media are human beings with emotions and feelings. So you don't just see them as God and assume that whatever you do or say to them will not hurt them. In one way or the other, your actions actually goes into their personal lifestyle. So yes, Daddy Showkey beat up a man, and he admitted to doing it actually, and he said the man disrespected him and that did not go down well with him, so he just gave the man some lessons. Now let's talk a bit about our culture or our tourism status in Nigeria. So not too long, the Minister of Information and Culture, interestingly, I don't know how these two ministries can be merged together. He's the Minister of Information and still the Minister of Culture. That means tourism and every other thing it's under his administration. Well, at the end of the day, the Minister of Culture and Tourism, Information, and you see, that's how it's supposed to be. He's actually supposed to be the Minister of Culture and Tourism and all that. But right now, he's the Minister of Information and Culture. That's in the person of Alhaji Lai Mohammed. Well, his name is Lai Mohammed. Lai Mohammed. L-A-I, not L-E-I. So please, let's take note. So he's come out to say that Nigeria is gradually becoming a destination for international tourists because of the friendly policies the current administration has put in place. First question, what friendly policies has this administration put in place to attract foreign, tourists and all that? If anything, it is actually chasing them away, because the stories that have been coming out from Nigeria for the past couple of years now, it's actually scaring those foreign, tourists to come into Nigeria. Well, at the end of the day right now, or as it stands, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed Alhaji, is saying that, Nigeria is gradual. I don't know where he got his statistics from, but we all know what is happening right now, that the current administration is not in any way helping the nation. That is why we all need to vote for the right person in the forthcoming election. So there you have it. The Information Minister and Culture has come out to say that the current policy is favoring international tourists. So, well, if you're an international tourist and you're watching me right now, you feel that the policies we have in Nigeria will attract you to come into Nigeria, well, you're welcome. Who are we to judge? We are not judging right here, right? Yeah, wish him all the very best and see how that pans out for him. Don't forget that this is still coming to you from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. Log on to www.vincitv.com for more trending stories. Away from that, let's talk a bit about Davido. Davido always brings a smile on my face. In as much as all my co-female readers here, they seem to be falling in love with Davido. I don't understand how, but I will just, with joy and happiness for Davido, read this particular update. And that's the fact that a couple of hours ago, he posted a picture of himself in his NYSC uniform or outfit, announcing to the general public that yes, he signed up for the NYSC process and is going to be serving his nation. Fans are super excited. We log on to our website, you see all the stunning photos he has over there, and of course the congratulatory messages he's been getting from fans all around the world. Someone who has, gave out a unique response to Davido, recently registering for the NYSC is Tonto Dikeh. Now, Tonto Dikeh went on social media to post that the young man is actually arranging his future. So Nigerians should watch out because he might be your leader very soon. Well, looking at the track record Davido has in terms of his family background, his father, is one of the influential, prominent people we have in Nigeria when it comes to politics. His uncle is doing so well in politics as well. I think he's vying for the governorship position in his state and all that. He's saying that Tonto Dikeh is saying right now that the young man is too smart, is very smart, and he's gradually arranging his future. You should all watch out because he might be leading you in a bit. No comment, that is just what he's saying. So, well, we don't know who, maybe Davido might grow up to become one of the presidents of Nigeria in the coming years. But as it stands right now, we are still feeling his vibes when it comes to entertainment. So we just want him to keep doing entertainment until he gets to the extent he wants to become a leader. If he's fit for it, one thing Nigerians are very capable of doing is that when you're fit, you're picked. In as much as our corruption is still somewhere linking one way, but still, we always follow the best. So Tonto Dikeh has reacted to Davido's recent signing of a registry for the NYSC, saying that Davido is indeed arranging his future. So Nigerians should watch out because he might be a president in the bit. Well, those are the major stories we have coming from Ghana and Nigeria. Now let's move straight to the international story, where Aretha Franklin's gold casket currently in Detroit for a 2-day open casket public viewing. So yesterday, hundreds of fans gathered to pay their respects as Aretha Franklin's body was put on public display in Detroit. Now the 76-year-old soul singer was placed in a gold open casket at Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History to lay in stage for 2 days. Fans will also be able to tune into a live stream of the public visitations should they not be able to attend the Detroit viewing. So yes, fans all around the world have been given the privilege to stream, watch it via live stream. So interestingly, after the 2 days public viewing, she will be laid to rest finally. Just a reminder, this Friday on the biography, I'll actually be featuring Aretha Franklin, so you want to get more details about her at 7 p.m. on BNTV on Friday to be precise. Well, those are the major stories we have coming from Ghana, Nigeria, and of course on the international front. If you have any concerns on this, passing stories, you can follow us on our various social media handles, especially the recent banter between the Nigerian artists and the Ghanaian artists who are being respected and more who are not being respected or disrespected and all that. If you have your opinion, let's get those suggestions on our various social media handles. We'll go for a short commercial break. Godwin is up next with Focus Sports.
I know how you like to set things on fire, but not today. Not my wedding.
If anyone has to set your wedding on fire, that's going to be your handwork, not mine.
The wedding is cancelled.
You can't do this.
I believe you're Mrs. Ure.
Yes? How may I help you?
Please, babe, I'm so sorry.
So all this while you be suspecting me and you are the cheat?
I said I can't do this!
In between another woman's leg is your new America, right? What is mine? China.
Life is too short not to think so. You only live once and you got to know.
Okay, Chuku, it is my wedding. Let's not turn it to your funeral. This is why you come and hide with your prostitutes.
Baby, that's an abomination now. I should put my head inside your leg. And be doing what?
Did you come for a wedding or you came to have sex?
I can see you two are recreating the movie
pretty woman.
What's that supposed to mean?
You are an ashawo. In my country, we call it or oshofi.
That body no dey enjoy
Hello and welcome to the midweek edition of Focal Sports on VN News on VN TV with me, Godwin here, Amatego. Without much ado, let's delve straight into action, and we are starting off on the African continent where ADUANA Stars will be locking us against Raja Casablanca. Now for ADUANA Stars as a footballing fraternity, they've not really fared badly in this year's competition, especially when it comes to the group stages. This, if you take note, is their first time participating in the group stages of any CAF competition. Now in their first game, they lost against ASEC Mimosa. In their second game, they lost against Karen, or they drew against current opposition, that is Raja Casablanca. In their third game, they won against AS Vita Club. Last by one game, that's the fourth game, they lost by 2 goals to 0. And then just the last game, that's the fifth game they played, they also lost a game over there. So it's more or less they are going to lose this one if you are going to follow on that trajectory. But hey, it is football and anything at all is possible. Now let me walk you through a list of fixtures that will be taking place today. Exactly 1 p.m. Rayon Sports will be playing against Young Africans from Tanzania. USM Algiers at 1 p.m. also against GHANAIAN. Enyimba Football Club against CARABAO. WAC of Ivory Coast, Williamsville Athletic Club, that's their full name. They'll be locking us against Joliba of Mali. ASEC Mimosa against AS Vita Club. They are group opponents of ADUANA Stars. FC Bekane from Morocco against UD Songo. El Masri versus Al Hilal Omdurman from Sudan. And finally at exactly 7 p.m. Raja Casablanca will be locking us against Ghanaian champions ADUANA Stars. We wish them the very best in that particular encounter, although it's a dead rubber game, but they need to fight very well and make sure that they come home with the 3 points and worse off with a single point. Now let's move to the bigger competition, or the senior competition when it comes to African club competitions here on the continent of Africa. And then yesterday a lot of matches took place where some the boys were separated from the men. I'm making special reference to the teams that have qualified to the next phase of the tournament. And TP Mazembe, Tupuzwan de Mazembe, they drew 1-1 with Difa El Ajadidi. MC All just won ES Setif 2. Primero de Agosto, they won by the same margin, defeating Mbambani Swallows from Swaziland by 2 goals to 1. Zesco United from Zambia drew 1-1 with Etoile Sportif du Sahel from Tunisia. AS Togoport drew 0-0 with Wydad Athletic Club of Morocco. They are the current champions, or the reigning champions, when it comes to the CAF Champions League. Mamelodi Sundowns, they were former champions. In fact, they were dethroned champions because Wydad Athletic Club won that particular competition last year, and they won it a couple of seasons ago. They drew 0-0 in their home background against Oroya FC from Guinea. Al Ahly, the usual champions, or better still, the Real Madrid CF of Al Ahly of African continent or African competition. When it comes to the African scene, Al Ahly is the more or less the Real Madrid. They dominate. They have won a lot of titles when it comes to the African Champions League. And then they won against Kampala City. Kampala City have been brilliant. They have been solid. They have been immaculate when it comes to performances they've given us. And then no wonder they were able to get a 4-3 loss against Al Ahly. It's not easy to get 3 goals all the way in Cairo. And then Township Rollers from Botswana drew 0-0 against former champions Esperance Sportif de Tunis. And then let me give you a list of teams that have qualified when it comes to the CAF Champions League. Now for the group winners, Al Ahly is in here. Tupuzwan de Mazembe in Group B, they qualified. With that Athletic Club, they qualified through winning that particular group in Group C. And in Group D, Etoile Sportif du Sahel, they qualified ahead of their opponents. Esperance Sportif de Tunis, they joined them. ES Setif are also in this mix. And then Horoya FC, not forgetting Primero de Agosto from the country of Angola. And then let's move on to the European scene. We are starting off with Carabao Cup. Yes, it is more or less the maiden cup competition that takes place over there. When it comes to the season in particular, every new season is the Carabao Cup that starts off the cup competitions in England. And then yesterday, a host of clubs took their turn in playing against each other. Swansea City played against Crystal Palace. So it was a turn of the ex against the current. I'm making special reference to Jordan Pierre-Ayew, who played formerly for Swansea City and currently on loan at Crystal Palace. Now his current team defeated his ex team, so more or less you could say that his current girlfriend is better than the ex-girlfriend. They won by a goal to nil. AFC Wimbledon, they lost by 1-3 against West Ham United. After losing a lot of matches, in fact they've lost all 3 games in the Premiership, they were able to get their house in order and defeat AFC Wimbledon by 3-1. AFC Bournemouth continued their sensational start to the season, winning by 3-0 against Milton Keynes Dons. Brighton and Hove Albion, they lost by 1-0 against Southampton. Burton Albion defeated Aston Villa, and Ghanaian international Albert Adoma missed a dying minute penalty. It was very shocking because per his statistics, per his historical antecedents when it comes to last season, he was doing very well for Aston Villa, but this season in particular, he has looked a pale shadow of his former excellent self. Cardiff City also lost by 1-3 against Championship side Norwich City. Fulham, they continued on that winning trajectory, winning by 2-0 against Exeter City. Hull City sat at home and lost by 4-0 against Derby County. Leicester City, Daniel Amati was sensational. He was superb for them. He was flamboyant or fabulous in the game against Fleetwood Town. Middlesbrough, they won by 2-1 against Rochdale Town. Wolverhampton Wanderers, they travelled all the way to Sheffield Wednesday and they defeated them by 2-0. Stoke City also defeated Huddersfield Town by 2-0. And then Saido Berahino, I'll give you the related story later on. West Bromwich Albion, they defeated Mansfield Town by 2-1. Yes, I made mention of Saido Berahino in the sense that he has not scored a goal in a very long time. Let me give you the scientific rendition of how many number of days he has failed to score a goal as a striker, which is very shocking. Now Stoke City forward Saido Berahino has finally scored a goal, like I said earlier on. Sadio, who last found the back of the net in any competition way back in February 2016. That was the last time he found the back of the net. Now it has taken him 913 days for him to get his name on the score sheet. That renders into 29 months, 4 weeks, 2 days, 5 hours and 53 minutes and 20 seconds before he got that goal. Now if you render that in years, it has taken him 2 years and 6 months before he got his name on the score sheet. What a mess, what a bizarre state. But that always, I'm sure that he's going to continue on that trajectory as a footballer because he's a very fine footballer, if you would ask me. Now let's move on, and then we are still in England and we are continuing to one of the established central midfielders when it comes to the Premiership, who of late was offloaded by his former club Manchester City. I'm making reference to Yaya Toure, whose agent has confirmed that the former Manchester City midfielder has passed a medical in London ahead of him moving to a new club. Toure has been unattached since being released by City at the end of last season after 8 years of attachment to the Etihad Sports Stadium club. Several clubs have been linked with an approach for Toure, and it looks like his destination will be confirmed soon. And it's still on the transfer market, and then we are moving on to Barcelona, where their player has moved out on loan. It's as if Barcelona are shipping out a lot of should I say dead goods or dead rubber players, because Andre Gomez has moved, Lucas Digne has moved, Yerry Mina, who joined them last season, has also moved on to Everton. Jose Paulo Maciel Becerra Junior Paulino has also moved back to China, and then just recently Paco Alcácer. Now it's very baffling and mind-boggling for Barcelona as a football club, because Luis Suarez is failing to get the goals for them. Then why not try out an out-and-out striker in the person of Francisco Paco Alcácer? But well, they know what they are doing over there, and trust Ernesto Valverde to come up with some tactical ways to outwit his opponents. And Barcelona striker Paco Alcácer has joined Borussia Dortmund on loan for the season, with the German club retaining the option to buy him for a fee which would rise to 28 million euros. The Spaniard scored 15 goals in 15 games for Barcelona in 2 seasons, winning the La Liga, the Copa del Rey twice, and 1 Spanish Super Cup. Now moving on from Barcelona to Real Madrid. How on earth can we read about Barcelona and not talk about Real Madrid CF? And they have also done a wonderful deal, bringing back their player Mariano Diaz. As many as 11 Real Madrid players have returned to Los Blancos since 2013-2014, and Mariano Diaz is set to become the newest addition to the list. Now it's somehow baffling, because if you've lost Ronaldo, a goal scoring machine, someone who can guarantee you 40 goals in a season, and then you are bringing back Mariano Diaz. No disrespect to Mariano Diaz as a footballer, but per his statistics, per his records, it's not comparable to that of Ronaldo. You need to bring in a sharpshooter, someone who can guarantee you goals. But hey, maybe the atmospheric condition at Real Madrid CF will put him in a right mojo that he can be able to get a lot of goals. Last season, it was not a disappointment for Olympique Lyonnais. He joins the likes of Casemiro, Carvajal, Marcos Llorente, Marco Asensio, Morata and co, who rejoined the club they started at. And Jamie Vardy and then Gary James Cahill, they have decided to call it quits when it comes to international football. Jamie Richard Vardy and Gary James Cahill are both set to call time on their international careers after informing England manager Gareth Southgate that they want to focus on their club. Leicester City striker Jamie Vardy and Chelsea defender Cahill are both regulars in Southgate's squads since he was appointed in November 2016. While neither have completely shut the door and will be willing to play under exceptional circumstances, it is likely that both made their final international appearances at the just ended 2018 FIFA World Cup. And to our very final story, and we are making special reference to Jose Mario dos Santos Felix Mourinho. Now on Monday, he was beautifully when well trounced and sounded by Tottenham Hotspur at their own background at the Old Trafford Sports Stadium. And usually we expecting that Mourinho will be winning their matches over there, especially when he's playing at home. But against Tottenham Hotspur, for a side that has failed to defeat United in a very long time, they sat at home and lost against them. It tells you of how Mourinho's problems has compiled as a manager from Chelsea in his third season. It's as if his third season conundrum is yet to be solved at this material. But the boardroom of Manchester United, they are backing Mourinho. So if you are a fan of United and you hate Mourinho, remember that he's going to stay around for a very long time. Now, Monday's 3-0 defeat at home to Tottenham Hotspur, with 3 points behind the likes of Tottenham, the likes of Chelsea, Watford, and a host of other clubs this season so far, has not curtailed the trust of the board of Manchester United. They still believe that he will be able to steer the club away from relegation, away from the 5th to 7th spot, and get them to the top 4, and possibly, just possibly, get them the title after Sir Alex Ferguson left the scenes a couple of seasons ago. So on that score, I need to bounce out of the studios of VNTV. My name is Godwin Amategu. The act of being a good guest is knowing when to say goodbye.
CD, yeah, yeah, yeah. VNTV, the powerhouse of entertainment.
Right, so that was Focus Sports brought to you by Godwin. You know, I'm being biased when it comes to the sports team and all that. He never made mention of Chelsea, so I'm just going to reserve my comment. But we wish Manchester United and all the various teams all the very, very best. Well, we brought to you a lot of story on today's bulletin. Before I let you go, let me give you a recap of our headlines. BECCA'S husband, SANNI, says STONEBWOY is known in Nigeria, but not his music. GHANAIAN DEEJAY advisor asks his colleagues to stop playing Nigerian music here in Ghana. And gospel singer Joe Praize and his wife welcomed their first baby in Texas, United States of America. We also brought a report about the fact that Showkey reportedly beat up a man for disrespecting him. And Tonto Dikeh reacts to Davido's, NYSC signing and all that. We brought to you a report on how that pans out. And finally, on the international front, we brought a report on the fact that Aretha Franklin's birthday is currently being laid in state in Detroit, United States of America, for a public view, which is going to last for 2 days, after which the final funeral rites will proceed. So details of all the stories and more we brought to you earlier on today's bulletin. Follow us on our various social media handles. Let's get interactive. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, because there is where you can get a repost of all the exciting programs we have right here on VNTV, the powerhouse of entertainment. Once again, my name is Kelvin FNK.